morning of June 20th, 2017, Johannesburg moved as it always did. Busy streets, morning traffic, workers rushing to jobs. But just after 9 a.m., something would happen that would stop the city in its tracks. A luxury Bentley sat motionless in the middle of Bowling Avenue. Its windows were shattered, the engine still running, and inside lay the lifeless body of Ignatius Ego Mampani, dressed in blood-soaked designer clothes. Ego wasn't just a businessman, he was power, influence, and a man who knew too much. And that morning, he was silenced forever. But what really happened? Why would someone go to such brutal lengths to eliminate him? This is not just a murder story. It's the unraveling of a 255 million rand scandal that exposed South Africa's darkest corners of corruption, secrets, and betrayal. Before the luxury, Ego was just a boy from Welcome, raised in the Free State province. Focused and ambitious, he studied at St. Dominic's College, earned an MBA from Texas Southern University, and returned home to pursue dreams in engineering and telecom. But Ego's mission wasn't just personal success. He wanted to uplift communities. He organized events in his hometown, turning mining towns into celebration grounds. Festivals like Beach on the Track brought joy to those who could never afford to travel. He wasn't just building wealth, he was building a name, a legacy. By 2014, Ego had arrived. His company, Diamond Hill Trading, joined forces with Edwin Sodi's Blackhead Consulting for a massive asbestos inspection contract, supposedly meant to protect thousands of lives. But beneath the noble cause, the cracks began to show. Inflated costs, shady subcontracting, whispers of political favors. What began as a health mission quickly became a feeding ground for corruption. The joint venture earned R255 million to inspect, not remove, asbestos roofs. Behind the scenes, subcontractors were paid a fraction to do the real work. In some areas, no work was done at all. Yet payments kept flowing. Evidence leaked, spreadsheets, emails, payments labeled for officials. One witness testified Ego had funneled payments to the office of Premier Ace Magashule under pressure. When questioned, Edwin Sodi shifted the blame. Ego handled the money. He tracked the payouts. And suddenly Ego wasn't just a contractor, he was the man holding the blueprint to the corruption. That made him dangerous. Then, on that cold June morning, he was executed. Gunned down in Sandton in broad daylight. His car rolled to the curb. A briefcase next to him carried R1 million in cash. No explanation, no suspects, just a message: if you know too much, you're next. ND. That's the real lesson. In a world built on secrets, knowing too much can be fatal. Ego wasn't just powerful, he was informed. He knew who signed what, who got paid, and where the money flowed. Maybe he planned to speak, maybe he didn't. But the fear that he could was enough to have him erased. That's the cruel irony of corruption. It doesn't just destroy systems, it turns truth into a threat, and the people who hold it into enemies. Ego wasn't the first. He won't be the last. Around the world, people who carry uncomfortable truths disappear in silence, not because they act, but because they could have. So if you step into power, where lies are currency and silence is survival, understand this: the more you know, the more dangerous you become. And sometimes, the greatest crime is simply knowing too much.